In this episode, we'll be working with state building, trade, and syncretism in South and Southeast Asia. Earlier this year, we worked with the origins and primary beliefs of Hinduism in India. I also mentioned some of the major points of contention between Hinduism and Islam. But something that I haven't had the chance to mention is that, like in China with the rigid structure of Confucianism, the rigid caste system in India supported the ruling class and made for serious cultural continuity. While India is big and diverse both geographically and ethnically, the ties of Hinduism held it together and resulted in the Hinduism of today looking remarkably like the Hinduism of 3,000 years ago. Hinduism in this way can be used to justify and support the state structure of whoever is using it. In the ancient world, this was used by the Indian Gupta kings of the 500s. In our era of world history, however, this is used by the Vijayanagara kings of southern India, the Khmer and Angkor kingdoms of modern-day Cambodia and Thailand, and a variety of kingdoms in Indonesia and other parts of Southeast Asia. Like we've talked about in previous episodes, the importance of trade cannot be overstated. As overseas trade routes grew and flourished, Hinduism and Buddhism were transmitted into Southeast Asia. A taste for Indonesian spices grew, and states on the fringes of major empires like China and the Abbasids grew to become just as important. One example we're going to dissect is the Angkor Kingdom in modern-day Cambodia and Thailand. Founded by Hindu king Jayavarman II, who declared himself universal ruler and claimed to be an avatar of the Hindu god Shiva, the Angkor Kingdom would go on to build one of the world's most precious architectural wonders, Angkor Wat and Angkor Thom, which further linked the kings to the Hindu deities. Angkor Thom, at its height, had a population of almost 1 million people, and Angkor Wat was the biggest religious structure in the world. The temple complex is designed to mimic Mount Meru, the traditional home of the Hindu gods, and shows the creation of the world in its artistic decoration. Portraits of the kings decorate the towers and make clear the connections between gods and kings that ensured their continued rule in Angkor. In Indonesia, the spread of Buddhism allowed for the rise of the Srivijaya kingdom centered on the island of Java. Instead of using Hinduism to tie the kings to the gods, Srivijayan rulers claim to be bodhisattvas, or enlightened beings who have chosen to remain on earth as teachers, and their kingdom grew into a major pilgrimage center for Buddhists. At Borobudur on Java, Buddhist pilgrims could walk the physical manifestation of the soul's journey to enlightenment, grateful to the Srivijayan kings for bringing them this much closer to union with the universe. Both of these kingdoms use religion and trade to cement their hold on power. Without the money flowing in from trade, people wouldn't flock to their cities. Without support and justification from religion, people wouldn't heed their authority. The Indian Ocean world is uniquely tied to this combination between religion and trade that we almost see shunned in places like Europe and China, where merchants are seen as greedy and low. For regions so integrally tied to the ocean, it comes as no surprise that they would make a happier union here.